For the second week in a row, Sligo were up against one of two unbeaten sides in the top flight. The previous week, Sligo came away from United Park empty-handed after a 3-0 defeat to Drogheda, but at the showgrounds they were hopeful of giving St. Pat's a sterner test. Bohemians ended Pat's 100% start to the season 9 days ago, but a win and a return to top spot in the Premier Division was the aim on Saturday evening. Rafael Cretaro sent in an early corner. The final touch came off a Pats player as the ball drifted narrowly wide for another corner. Anton Murphy had a chance to give Pats the early lead when he raced onto Quigley's pass. Richard Brush got down well to make a one-handed save before collecting the ball. With a little over 15 minutes on the clock, Pats were awarded a penalty. A combination of Conor O'Grady and Chris Turner brought down Dave Mulcahy. Referee Dave McKeown was in the ideal position to make the decision. From the spot, Gary O'Neill sent Brush the wrong way. 1-0 Pats. Sligo responded well to the concession of an early goal. Adam Hughes passed to Jason McCartney on the edge of the box. His left foot strike was easily saved by Ryan. The Pats keeper was almost caught out by a Turner cross, but he did well to get a hand to the ball. Pats really should have made it 2-0 when Gary O'Neill set up Dave Mulcahy, but with only Brush to beat, Mulcahy was let down by the finish. Chris Turner tried his luck from long range and wasn't too far wide. But just before half-time, Pat's advantage was doubled. Anton Murphy sent in the cross. The final touch appeared to come off the head of Seamus Coleman. Pats took a 2-0 lead into the break. Facing a real uphill task, Sligo needed a positive start to the second half to get back into the game. From distance, Grataro's effort dipped, but not enough to trouble Barry Ryan. The game was put beyond Sligo when Pat scored again on 51 minutes. Sean Kelly was the unlucky player. His backward header looped over Brush. 3-0 Pats. By now, Pats were dominating the game, and Sligo were fortunate not to concede a fourth goal shortly after. Michael Foley's chip was cleared off the line by Adam Hughes. From O'Neill's overhead kick, Darren Maguire headed over. At the opposite end, Matthew Judge got on the end of Turner's free kick. Again, Ryan was on hand to make a comfortable save. Gary O'Neill and Michael Foley combined to set up Keith Fahey. Brush got down well to make the block. Fourth Pat's goal came on the hour. Alan Kirby's cross eventually found its way to Dave Mulcahy. He skipped past Kelly before finishing well. The remaining half hour of the game produced little in the way of incident. Sligo did create the odd chance, but the damage had already been done. It's now 19 points from the opening 7 games for Pats. Along with Drogheda, the top 2 are now 7 points clear.
Well, we were very, very pleased. It's generally a very difficult place to come to Sligo and win games, but it was a comprehensive win today. Smashing all-round performance, workmanlike, good finishing, good goals, and I think there was no doubt we deserved to win by at least 4 goals.
Realistically, they're top 4 team and they're looking to win the league. They're at the top of the table, that's why they're there. They're a very good squad of players. For us, we have to make sure that we beat the teams that's going to be around us, and as people say, it's like a 2-tier league, and we have to make sure that we can beat the teams that's in the second tier.
Well, there were some good results last night in terms of from Drogheda's position and our position, in that Cork, Bohemians and Derry all dropped points, teams that you would be expecting to challenge. But all those teams are well capable of putting 5 or 6 or 7 wins together in a row, which will get them back into contention. It's unlikely both ourselves and Drogheda can keep going as we are. We will hit a few humps and bumps along the road, and there will be opportunities for others to get back in. But all we can do is play our football as we are at the moment and keep trying to get the points. Everybody's working very, very hard to achieve the results we're getting. We're playing good football, and we'll see where it takes us.
We have to just get back back to basics again, work hard. There's nothing wrong with the spirit, it's super, and the players I think show that because they kept going to the very end. But we've hard run there, we've had Bose, Strada, both away from home, Pat's here, Pat's coming here on a good run. It was always going to be difficult for us, But we have Waterford next week, and we're just make sure we get everybody right and look forward to going to the game and getting the result.
Yes, indeed. Well, Paul, 3 straight defeats now for Sligo Rovers after what was a good start to their campaign, but Pats were way too strong, very comfortable there.
Yeah, it was a very good win for Pats, particularly knowing that Drogheda had won the previous night. Was probably a little bit of pressure on them going up, and Sligo is a tough place to go and get a victory. So it was a very good win for Sligo. As Leo Tierney said there, they've had 3 tough games, away to Bowls, away to Drogheda, and then home to Pats. So he's quite right in what he says about beating the teams around them and making sure that they don't get dragged, right down to the bottom of the table. But all the other teams down there will be saying the same as well, so it's going to be a right dogfight down there, I think.
Okay, you might talk us through some of the goals here, Paul. Great start, of course, for Pats when they were awarded a penalty. There's no doubt about the spot kick.
No, I think the referee could have given the penalty twice if he could do that. Murphy wins it well. Mulcahy does well because he peels back in for the second ball and he's assaulted there with 2 players. Really, the referee had they're protesting the Sligo defenders, but I don't think there's any case for a protest. Mulcahy's in control and he's slammed by 2 players. So it was a good start for Pats to get a goal away from home. And,
well put away, wasn't it?
Yeah, Gary's cool. You'd expect him to score. He's a good little player, very calm. And this is one of the OGs. A little bit unlucky. Coleman, I think it is.
Yeah, it's all about the cross.
It's a great ball in by Murphy. Murphy's back inside now. He has been injured, but it's a terrific ball. Nightmare for defenders. The keeper can't comfort really because it's swinging out from the goal, and the defender's a little bit unlucky. And then this, Anthony Murphy has a very long throw and he's quite deceptive. But I think it was Kelly. I think he got caught kind of watching the man, and he wasn't watching the ball because he's following the man in, and before he knows it, he's out of position, and he probably couldn't do that if he tried, but it laid the foundation for Pats, and they really could have won by more. By all accounts, they had plenty. We've seen some opportunities there, and I believe they could have scored 6 or 7 goals quite easily on the night. So Sligo had 1 or 2 chances as well, but it was a great win for Pats.
Yeah, even at this early stage, Paul, 7 games gone, they are setting the pace, and Pats and Drogheda United. Do you see anyone else making a challenge in the pack, even at this early stage?
Of course, it's quite possible that somebody can put a run of victories together, but I don't see too many weaknesses in Pats or Drogheda, so I can't see them dropping a huge amount of points. It can happen, but with a 7-point gap between them and the 3rd place side, it's a lot to ask. Even at this early stage, it's a lot to ask sides to make up that deficit. When you look, and I don't think Pats or Drogheda will lose a huge amount of games this season.
Both teams are free scoring as well.
That's one thing we again about Drogheda over the last couple of seasons. They didn't score enough goals, but their strikers are banging form now, and they're scoring a lot of goals, as are Pats. There's 2 ends to the game. You've got to defend and be able to score, and both sides are doing both of them things very well at the moment.
Yeah, certainly very entertaining. And Pats have another tough one coming up on Friday against Shamrock Rovers.
Yeah, it's always tough. It's always tough against Rovers. Rovers are doing quite well themselves. I know Pats will have them really fired up for the game. And every game's going to be like that for Pats and Drogheda, because when you're top, everybody else wants to beat you. So every game is tough. When you're up there to be shot down, and that's just the reality of it. So every game will be tough.
Yeah, what about you, Dermot? Just finally on St. Pat's, have you been impressed with the standard, we'd say, that the top 2 are showing so far in the early parts of the season?
7 point gap after 7 games. It's a big gap, and it's not something that's happened over the last couple of years. It's been very, very close, and early signs that the 2 of them are pulling away, and even getting into a good run in a league like this where everybody really there's very difficult games. Every week is a scrap. 7 points at this early stage is a huge gap.